Y'all, it's Tammy with Collard Valley Cooks. We're celebrating 600,000 subscribers, and I'm excited. So I decided to make a big supper. I am going to make a few biscuits. We're going to have some fried chicken. We're going to have some fried okra and some cream corn, my favorites. And I'm going to start with the biscuits and show you how easy it is to make them with this biscuit mix. When you just want to make a little bit, I got my little skillet out. And just when you think you got everything out, you don't. I'm going to have to spray it because I didn't get out my shortening just for this. Okay? So what you do is just grab some. You don't have to measure it or nothing. Just grab about a half cup per person and add your buttermilk. You know what I could do? I could just make a little hoe cake. You want me to do that? Yep. Let's just make it a hoe cake, y'all, because we got a lot to cook. So that means I'm just going to mix it up a little bit wet. Get it in there. And it's just going to cook like cornbread. Some people call it pone bread. And some people put it on the stovetop and cook it that way. But it takes a little longer because you got to flip it upside down. Then just putting it in the... I've never just sprayed one. I usually use shortening, but I'm sure it'll be fine. Because this is an old iron skillet. It is smooth like a baby's butt. Smooth like a baby's butt. All right, so I don't know if I mixed up enough, but it's enough to feed me and Chris, and that's all we need. We don't need any extra, do we, baby? We don't normally have bread, but tonight's a celebration. I don't normally make bread with supper. All right, we're going to grab this and put it in the oven. The oven's on 450. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this piece of corn, and Chris, bring them over here and let them watch me shred this, and we're going to get it started. I am making cream corn. I usually do it in the sink, but I'll do it up here for y'all. And I like to hold it in the sink. Let me just do it in the sink. Because I like to put this, it's just a better position for you so you don't wear yourself out. And this is a Rada. It's called a deluxe peeler. And if you try to use a regular peeler, it don't work. You have to get one of the bigger kind. And I'd much rather you go through the website and get it through the Rada store. And just look at what a beautiful job it does creaming this corn. And it's actually doing a lot better now that this corn, I cut the rest of it up while the corn was still cold out of the refrigerator. And it wasn't even really that cold because I got it from the grocery store today. But it's cutting a lot better with it not being cold. And it goes ahead and milks it for you too. Look at all the milk down in the bottom. But you could scrape the side of it if you want to. But this does a really good job. And it sure does make creamy corn easy. Now, all I do for cream corn is I add a little water to it, about 1.5 cups. I pour it in my pot. And I was trying to decide tonight if I want to make cream corn or fried corn. The difference is one has the cornstarch and it gets creamed up, and the other one don't. That's what I was thinking. Just use butter. Now, if you got some bacon grease, you could throw that in there too. I might have a little bit. I can look. We should have some because Chris made bacon the other day, but I don't know if he poured it up. Marcy. My baby's in here with me. Okay. I'm going to just move everything out of the way as I go. Okay? So, that's done. Now, I have the best chicken fingers you have ever tasted. I promise. So, you use 1.5 cups of flour. And tonight, instead of pressing them into the flour like I always do, I'm putting them in a bag. I sure am. These big old bags I bragged about the other day to y'all, I love them. There's 1.5 cups. of self-rising flour, 2 teaspoons of paprika. You're going to do 1.5 teaspoons of salt. Well, slow down a little bit there. Teaspoon. Let's see. Pepper is 1 teaspoon. And then we still got 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And then you got 1 1/2 tablespoons of Hidden Valley Ranch. And it's the powder kind. 1 tablespoon, and this is 1/2 tablespoon. And you just shake it up. Shake it up good before you put your chicken in there. I cut my chicken up. These aren't tenders because they cost more. I cut breast up into pieces. And so they're really fingers. I've been told that that's not a tender. And I'm like, okay. But that's what I call them in my cookbook because, you know, I didn't know no better. When I started this show, I didn't know no better. While I'm thinking about it, I'm going to go ahead and salt and pepper this just so I don't forget because I've been known to forget.
Now, if y'all have been on, since we got 600,000 subs as of yesterday, right? Or this morning.
This morning, it turned over on the 22nd, which is mine and Chris's favorite number.
Yeah.
The 22nd is our anniversary number, and Annie asked me to marry him on the 22nd.
Yeah. And if you have been a sub, just tell us how long you have been a sub.
Yeah.
I want to see if anybody on here has been a sub since, what, 2017?
Yeah, we started in 2017 in the house with the orange walls that I painted orange.
You're a 2017er. Let's hear from you first.
Yes. Okay, so we're going to take our chicken fingers. They've been sitting here in some buttermilk, and you always want to take them out of the refrigerator a couple of hours before you cook them so they're still cold, but they're not like freezing cold when you do that. Then you're going to throw them in here, and normally I press them into it. I put it in a pie plate, but tonight I decided I'd do it a little different. I was trying to be a little more prepared for y'all tonight. Even had my flour measured out. So I did pretty good, but I still got to put some flour in the okra. So we're going to shake this up. I wonder what it would taste like to use the remaining of this in our okra. I guess I shouldn't do that. Have some spicy okra, wouldn't we?
Ranch okra?
Yep, ranch okra. You want to try it? No. No? Chris is like, I'm not game.
Okra the way it is.
Yeah, we have good okra. All right, there it is. Now, these are ready to go in. I'm just going to take this, fold it over so I can get in there easy, just like that. Sit it over here next to where I'm going to fry it. I'm going to go ahead and put me a little test piece in here. I know it's not ready, but that's what I mean. We're going to turn it up. Oh, yeah. Let's turn that sucker up and get it to going. Look, this one's going. And then this one is about to get stuff put in it, so I'm going to turn it up too. Come on, y'all. Well, not until it gets ready, it's not. It's fine. Okay, so I've already salt and peppered this. Now all I got to do is bread my okra. Y'all, we got it going on. Telling ya. So y'all tell us how long y'all been watching. And if you're a newbie, gosh, you got a lot to look at. So I got a lot of videos over the years. I love to put up some reruns sometimes, but not everybody likes them. But some of y'all really like them, and the new people have never seen them. So I think it's kind of cool to see them. It reminds me of how much I've learned over the years. I've learned a lot just from viewers, a lot from viewers. They have taught me stuff. Y'all have sent me stuff. I have so many more things in the kitchen to use because of y'all. It's just such a blessing. All right, I'm going to put one of these in here. Yeah, that'd be great. Chris is a big help. Chris is our videographer, and buddy, he's good at it. And you would not believe how strong you got to be to hold the phone up for 45 minutes. Like, if I ever try to video him, it's just really hard. I'm trying not to get splattered, y'all, if y'all are wondering. I'm going to push it over there in a minute. I don't want all this flour down in the bottom of it, so I'm kind of kicking some of it off as I go. But you don't want to fill your skillet up with flour. All right, this over here is ready. Now I'm going to turn it down just a hair before I start dropping. And while my hands are dirty, I'll just go ahead and start dropping it. You can come over here on my left. Now, I like to fry in this skillet because, do you think that's plenty hot? No what? I know, and you've been telling me to turn it down.
No, I just meant wait until it gets hot. Not turn it where it's going to be so hot that it's going to burn.
Well, make up your mind, Mr. Nichols. Yeah, when you fry chicken, it's got to be hot, hot. Okay, let's scoot this over. We about got sidetracked there. Scoot this over good, and it's already salt and peppered. We got it going to on. I think it's okay. What do you think? Mr. Nichols is the frying chicken man.
As long as you don't fill it up with chicken.
Well, you know I'm going to. I'm just going to wait for it to get good and hot. Or add one a little bit at a time. But I like to time them. I don't like to overcook chicken, y'all, because if you do, it's tough. One more. What do you think? One more. One little one. So it won't matter that it went in a little later. All right. So we're using a food hook. I was sent this to by a viewer and love it. It's sharp, it's thin, and it's called a Jaccard, Jaccard. And if you get a cheap one, you're going to get a cheap one when you get it in the mail. The hook on it is going to be real thick, and it's going to be like, it's going to be like you're going to make meat for a giant, you know, like this big turkey leg or something. It's almost like something you would use out on the grill, but I don't even know. I guess it would work on the grill, wouldn't it, Chris?
And they're not sharp either, so you can't, like,
The big ones?
yeah, you can't, like, smack the chicken with it. Just go in.
And y'all, they'll tell you that they're sharp on their sale. Because I have bought 2 or 3 just to see what y'all were going to get before. I didn't want to tell y'all a story, you know. So I ordered a couple. And Chris was like, oh my gosh. I used to have one in here so I could show you what you get when you get a $10 one. But I don't have one in here right now. But I mean, it makes a difference. That thin hook is what makes it so nice. When you fry corn, this is an iron skillet, but when you fry corn, you don't cream it. You just fry it. You actually fry it. You turn it up, and you get all that water out of it, and you put butter in it or bacon grease in it, and salt and pepper, and that's all you do. That's fried corn. If you want to know the difference between fried corn and creamed corn, that's the difference. You know what? I didn't mean to use that for this. I meant to use the solid one for this one and this one in the okra. this on this corner because I started it first. Just this one little corner needs to be flipped over, but the rest of it, I don't know, maybe I flip some of it. It's okay. I'll turn it down just a hair.
I didn't pay attention when we put that chicken.
I know, I was going to go over there and set that, and then I forgot.
Say it's been at least
Took a couple of minutes,
probably 3 minutes.
especially for this one.
Yeah.
So we're going to go ahead and turn these. When you cut these, make sure you don't cut them over an inch thick. You don't want them real big because you want to time them from about 3 to 4 minutes aside. And they'll be nice and crunchy and good. I'll go 2 minutes this time, since they've been in there for a while. Make sure you got you something handy to put them on, and I have something up here ready. And we're going to have to really watch this corn if we turn it up, because this is cast iron. This is my new cast iron skillet. It's 12 inches.
A big old skillet.
It's nice. And it's smooth on the bottom. It's a different brand than Lodge. So when it comes in the mail, it comes smooth as a baby's butt, like the ones that you've had forever. And it costs more, but I like it. You know, it just reminds me of the other skillets that I have that are smooth, like this one. See how smooth that one? This is old as the hills. It don't have nothing on the bottom of it. Oh, that's the hills, Marcy. Let's put some. Let me see if I got any bacon grease. Yes, I do. I got a little bit. We'll put a little bit in there, y'all. Not a lot, but a little goes a long way with bacon grease, I think. I love this little bacon grease holder, y'all. It's nice. It's got a little funnel on the top that filters out the nasty part of your bacon grease. All right, we got a lot going on here. I got to start paying attention.
Concentrate.
I got 3 skillets going all at one time. We're doing it, y'all. This is how Mama cooks. This is how Mama cooks. Skillets do good. This smooth skillet, even if it's new, look at it, it's doing really good.
Got that nice big surface, so
Doing very good.
chicken time.
All right, chicken's coming out. We're gonna drop the other. Y'all just have to bear with me. I have to figure out where I'm at, what I'm doing. Ooh, that's hot. I'm sitting up there.
Your, whisk.
Yeah, we'll check the biscuits. I gotta flip the okra. We gotta start some more chicken. We gotta do going tonight, y'all. Look at that pretty chicken. That's pretty chicken. Oh, let me drop some more. I want you to, I'm gonna turn this down. I want you to set the timer for me this time, Mr. Nichols. I got so much going on over here. I guess put it on 3 minutes this time.
Well, I can put it down to 6 and then we'll get 3. Push up.
I won't never know that.
Oh, okay.
I will, you know what I mean?
Catch it.
I won't catch it. I don't know. I'm about to pull up the okra. Now, some people don't think I fry my okra long enough, but I do. I mean, you can fry it longer if you want to. Now we're going to check our, I got to flip this crisp. And we got to check our biscuit.
All right, I got some.
I like to taste the okra. Not everybody does. Some people just like the crust and they don't really like the taste of the okra. And my mama always cut it so thin you couldn't hardly taste the okra. But as I've gotten older, crap, I'm gonna turn this off. As I've gotten older, I have fallen in love with it being cut just a little bit bigger. I don't know if Chris has noticed me doing that or not. Have you, baby? Noticed that I've been doing that lately? Watch out, sweetie. This is fine. I don't have the convection on. I'll turn it on. We're going to drop some butter in this, and then we're going to get the okra out. And everything's going to come together right on time. You know, a good Southern cook, or a good cook in general, when they're cooking, they know how long it takes to cook everything. And when they cook it, it's all going to come together right at the same time. And that's what you want. You want it to all get done right about the same time. It's what you want. And Chris likes his okra pretty dark, and so this is about like he likes it. That's a lot of okra. This is coming out of our garden. You just get a little bit every day, but if you save it up, you got you a nice mess of okra every few days. And y'all, I froze some last time, and I just didn't like it that much frozen. I think I cut it too thin. I think when you freeze okra, you really need to cut it thicker.
Kind of tough.
Yeah, it was kind of tough. So I really do. I think that was what was wrong with it. All right, everything over here is off. Corn's ready.
Did you salt and pepper the corn?
No, I got to do that. So let's salt and pepper it, y'all. I have it in my recipe book how much you're supposed to salt and pepper it.
How much you like?
Yeah, salt and pepper is to taste, and remember that. Like my pinto beans, somebody said they made them and they were too salty, and I've even got on there, salt is to taste. Whenever you're using bouillon, which I like to use, I'm going to flip this. Is it time? Yes.
10 seconds.
I had it timed pretty good, didn't I? Anyway, this is getting hotter and hotter. That's how grease does, y'all. When you're frying chicken or anything, really, you have to, that thing will cancel out, Chris. You have to regulate the temperature and start turning it down once it's been cooking for a little while, because it breaks down the grease and it gets hotter as it fries. So you kind of just turn it down a little bit as it goes. And a lot of people don't know that, and they wind up burning it. But yes, on my recipe for my pinto beans, anytime I put bouillon in something, and I do a lot, you really need to wait and add salt after you taste it, because bouillon's pretty salty. Woo, y'all, this is going to be a good supper. Let's get our bread out. Flip it out. I'm sure it's ready. Turn this off. Turn everything off as you go. Here's our biscuit. Good and ready. I love a hoe cake. When Mama would make a hoe cake when I was little, I always loved it way more than a biscuit. Now, I like to flip it over, Chris, because it gets crunchy.
Oh, I was just showing him how it looks like.
But yeah, it's a big biscuit. We call it a hoe cake. A lot of people call a hoe cake a pancake with cornmeal in it. But when I was growing up, Mama called this a hoe cake. So in my new cookbook, this is a hoe cake, okay? Because that's what it is to me. And that's what it's going to be to a lot more people if they watch the show and get my cookbook. It's always a blessing when you can turn that thing off. It's so loud over your head. That's one reason I'm yelling. It's because that thing is so loud over me. Even if I've got on a microphone, it's just hard for me to not think that y'all can't hear me. Because for years I didn't have a microphone. And I still ain't. We didn't really use a microphone until we moved here 2 years ago. My glasses are so dirty, I can't hardly see. I don't know if they can tell how dirty my glasses are. Y'all, I wash my glasses twice a day. And they are dirty. let me show y'all this. I was telling y'all the other day that these bags are big enough for a pie plate. And to me, it's real important for y'all to know that because it's about Thanksgiving. A lot of y'all are going to make pies and you can slide them in one of these bags like a pecan pie or a coconut pie and just leave them at room temperature a couple of days and they'll be fine. And these are actually, I didn't know it, but these are called gallon plus size. Gallon plus size from Costco. That's why they're big enough to do this. Watch this. This is a 9-inch pie plate. It's the coolest thing invented since the air fryer. Look at that, I can zip it up. So if you make a pecan pie or whatever, as long as it's in a standard pie plate, you can slide it right in one of these, freeze it, give them away as gifts, whatever. Put your little date on it. I just love it. You have no idea how much I love. I've always been able to slide a store-bought pie crust that's frozen into a regular gallon bag. And it was always a pet peeve of mine because when I used my refrigerated pie crust in those glass pie plates that I couldn't do that anymore. And now I can. All right, let's make a plate. Chris is just looking at me like, feed me. All right.
Over there to your right.
No, I was looking for this. I was going to bring the corn over here for you. I know where the plates are. So anyway, this is called a Cook Life skillet. If you're wondering what kind it is. And no, it ain't made in the United States, I don't think. But honey, I like it. Look, it's smooth on the bottom. I love it. I've never had a 12-inch skillet before in my life. I've always used 10 inches. And I don't know if that's what size you use or not. But Mama's always used a 10-inch for cornbread and everything else. So that's what I've always used. And I decided to get me a 12-inch for stuff. All right. I'm going to try to get a piece of chicken that's not quite so hot. Let's use this to get these. I hope y'all enjoyed this. I called it a grand supper. Chris was like, a grand supper? I said, well, it is a grand supper because we don't normally have bread. It's my favorite thing. It's the only thing I don't have. We even went to the grocery store today is I forgot to get tomato. And that's my favorite thing with this supper is tomato. I love tomatoes with corn and okra. I got to get something to slice that with. Where? Do I have tomatoes? Holy crap, oh Miley, am I happy now? I really do have a grand supper. I forgot I told you to get me tomatoes the other day. I am so excited, y'all. Y'all have no idea how much I love it together. And this is the best biscuit. Look at it. It's soft and fluffy. Delish, delish. What a supper. This is a grand supper, y'all. Let me rinse this off. I'm going to slice me a piece and then we'll cut us a piece. I hope y'all enjoyed watching us tonight live. I love cooking live with y'all. It's always a blessing to have y'all on here. See y'all. I'm just going to slice it right here on my plate.
Yep, if it wasn't for y'all, we wouldn't have 600,000 subs, that's for sure.
No, we wouldn't be in this house either. We wouldn't have all the things. We wouldn't have this fancy kitchen. Because of y'all, we've tried to use, the money we've made and put back into the show. And it's been such a blessing. It's a dream of mine. I have my dream kitchen. I get to come in here and cook for y'all. It's a blessing, and we thank the Lord for it. I promise we thank the Lord for it. I lay down at night, I thank Him. Because, our health could go bad tomorrow, and I couldn't cook anymore, or something could happen. But He's provided us a platform and let us continue. And I have thoroughly enjoyed it. Coming out with that new cookbook is a blessing and exciting for me. So y'all make sure and buy one because we won't have all these little ones anymore to try to figure out which ones something's in. And anyway, let's get a bite. It's like heaven on a plate. It really is. The only thing I didn't do is make honey mustard for these. But I don't need honey mustard with this supper. If I had French fries, I'd need it. I hope y'all enjoying watching us make fried corn, because I hadn't done that in a long time. And we will see you next time on Collar Valley Cooks, cooking like Mama did. Thanks so much for getting us up to 600,000. Bye, I love you.